Play ball!
Wing Wednesday on Sports Tree Ltd. is presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks.
Steer right!
Hello and welcome to the 12th edition of Wing Wednesday, presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks here on Sports Tree Ltd. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree, and we're going to jump right into this week's show with our MLB rundown. Starting with some MLB news, Pete Alonso will defend his crown in the Home Run Derby. Shohei Ohtani will join the Mets slugger in the 2021 Home Run Derby. Getting into the league standings, starting in the American League East, the Boston Red Sox have taken control of the AL East. They stand with a record of 44-29. Despite losing 5 straight, the Chicago White Sox are still atop of the Central, and the Houston Astros have taken command of the AL West and the American League as a whole, with 45 wins and just 28 losses. In the National League, the Mets are the only team in the NL East over 500, and they lead the way with a record of 37-31. In the Central, the Chicago Cubs and Milwaukee Brewers are tied atop of the NL Central for a third straight week, now with identical records of 41-33. Out west, the Major League leading Giants still lead the NL West with 47 wins. Getting into our Blue Jays weekly flyby, George Springer made his way back into the Blue Jays lineup on Tuesday night. While the $150 million man didn't contribute on the score sheet, the Jays battled back for a 2-1 victory. Ross Stripling was great, giving up just 2 hits in 6 innings pitched with 7 strikeouts. The Birds wrap up their 2-game series on Wednesday night in Miami, and looking at the Marlins starter first, Trevor Rogers has been phenomenal this season. He sports a 7-3 record with a 1.87 ERA. Over his past 4 starts, he's yielded no more than 2 runs with 5 strikeouts in at least 6 innings of work across all 4 of those starts. As for the Blue Jays' Robbie Ray, well, he's thrown at least 9 Ks in 3 out of his last 4 starts, going at least 6 innings in 3 of those 4 starts as well. Miami also has the 6th most strikeouts in the majors, so look for him to get rolling early tonight. I like this to be a low-scoring game, but look for the Blue Jays' bats to be the difference. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is on fire, and as for George Springer, it's only a matter of time before the perennial all-star settles in. Talking about them birdies has me hungry for some chicken wings, but first, a word from our sponsors. Alright folks, today we're tasting DeBoer's frozen wings, still in quarantine here, and these are their barbecue flavors. Absolutely massive chicken wings, so that bodes pretty well for them. I like how they're not breaded, and we're going in for a bite. Dip it, grip it, and lip it. These are bar none the best frozen wings that we tried so far. They're big, they're juicy, and again, the flavor, this barbecue flavor, tastes a little more like a jerk flavor. Got some spice going on, I'm starting to sweat, but I like it. DeBoer's frozen wings, the best frozen wings that we've tried yet on the show, coming in at a 6.9. Getting into our MLB fantasy up and down, looking at a pitcher that you should put up and into your lineup first, look no further than the Mets starter, Taijuan Walker. He's won 5 out of his last 9 starts, averaging over 5.5 Ks in that span. A batter to put up and into your lineup is David Fletcher. He's riding an 8-game hit streak, racking up 15 hits over that span. As for a pitcher to put down, make sure you put down Dylan Bundy. The Angels starter has just 1 win in his last 9 starts and hasn't made it into the 6th inning in 7 consecutive appearances. As for a batter, make sure you put down Francisco Lindor. He's hitting just .212 this season with 1 hit in his last 13 at-bats. For our game of the day, a pair of NL West teams with 44 wins square off for the final game on tap of the evening. It's the San Diego Padres versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. San Diego has won 6 consecutive games, while the Dodgers have dropped 2 straight. Both teams have stellar starters taking the mound. Trevor Bauer for the Dodgers has 7 wins this season with a .245 ERA. The Padres starter Joe Musgrove has a 2.28 ERA on the season with 4 wins. Look for this to be a pitching duel, but I like the Padres to continue to roll. Our player to watch is Manny Machado. He's hitting .588 with a pair of dingers against Trevor Bauer through his career. Getting into our Monkey Knife Fight play of the day, we're going to play a home run derby to double your money. If one of these 3 players hits a home run, you double your entry on Monkey Knife Fight. And our first player to look out for is Matt Olson. He's riding a 10-game hit streak with 5 home runs across that span. Ronald Acuna Jr. has 20 dingers this season and 2 in the last 3 days, so he is our second pick, and our third and final pick is Rafael Devers. He has 8 dingers on the year with 3 in his last 6 games. Getting into our trivia question on this week's edition of Wing Wednesday, to get in to win a pair of MLB tickets courtesy of Halo Fishing from American Baitworks, here is your question. Who threw the hardest pitch ever recorded? Head on over to our web app right now, sportstree.ca, and either sign up or subscribe. And remember that an upgrade in your subscription is an upgrade in your chances to win up to $15,000 a year and tickets to see your favorite teams play live. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree, and on behalf of our sponsors, Halo Fishing from American Baitworks, when in doubt, just wing it.
Play ball!
Wing Wednesday on Sports Tree Ltd. is presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks.
Steer right!